Hey everybody, so today what we're going to do is visit Old Burial Hill, Marblehead, Mass. Today is July 5th, 2018. It's the day after the 4th of July, and we're going to pay our respect to some of the people, some of the men and women that fought in this war of independence, gave us our liberties, right? Okay, so let's go on inside. We're going to take a look at two people in particular, General Glover, John Glover, and also Captain Mugford. The first one we're going to come up on is General Glover from Marblehead. And that is his tomb right there. And he is with some of his other soldiers from 1776. And as you can see, it is dated. General Glover was from Marblehead. He fought with Washington in Manhattan and Brooklyn during some of those. I think he was part of the Delaware crossing with those guys, and he ended up coming back here to Marblehead. Now every year the 14th Continental does a reenactment, and this Saturday, the 7th, I hope to be witness to that reenactment again. I've done it over the years, and it's very enjoyable. The actors dress in period costumes and with muskets, and then they form their militia, and they march into town and they defeat the British who are coming in. Man fought for our liberty and our freedoms, and I know a lot of you are saying America is one of the freest countries in the world, and granted, I think that illusion is present, that most Americans believe that we are a free nation. But I've got some points to talk about being free in America. So let's go and talk about Captain Mugford, one of the youngest captains out there with the ship named Franklin. We're going to go right that way. Okay, so today is the 5th of July. What did I do on my 4th of July? Well, I watched fireworks with family and friends, and I came down to this location today on the 5th, the day after, to help pay my respects to those people who fought for liberty. There was as we all know, there was a group of people in England who got on a boat, a couple of boats, at the risk of their lives, and sailed away from England and came to this country, America, to make it free. And that's what we celebrated yesterday for, the fireworks in the air, to remind us of what happened to our forefathers. I'm standing right now in front of a memorial, a tribute of the Marblehead memorial to the brave Captain Mugford and his heroic crew. Do you know about him? Hardly anybody does. Hardly anybody even knows where Marblehead is. Marblehead, Massachusetts, right near Boston. So this is what I did for my 4th of July. Came to Marblehead to pay my respects and to tell you a little bit about Captain Mugford and his crew. So James Mugford, Captain James Mugford, was fairly young, promoted, was a sailor from here, Marblehead. During that period of time, the British Navy would, call it impressed, would capture merchants, take over their ship, and force the captain and his crew to work for the Navy, to become the British Navy against their will. And that's what happened to Captain Mugford at one point. and he served this period of time. When he was released, just prior to his release from being in service with the British Navy, he learned of a ship called the Hope that was coming in with tons of munitions, powder, muskets, all kinds of things. So when he got released, he went to the town and told everybody what was happening. Got commissioned another ship called the Franklin, and he went out into the harbor and waited for the Hope to come in. And when it did, he took it over. It was a huge ship, many more guns and men than his boat, and he brought it into harbor where it was grounded in low tide, and all the townspeople and little boats came out and took everything off the ship that they could, all the gunpowder, all the muskets, everything they could. It was quite a prize for Mugford, and the king and the Royal Navy hated him for that, and they got back at him and attacked his ship with 10 boats, I guess, attacked his ship, and over 200 men, and that's where he died. There's stories where it said that by his hand, using a sword, cut off the hands of the sailors trying to board his ship, and he was lanced, took a lance in the body, and that's where he eventually died, from what I understand. But what a hero. Captain Mugford here in Marblehead, another patriot who lived and died for our freedoms here in America.